Hello guys, this is Big Fish, and in this video, we're actually gonna be looking into the new Corsair thingy. Alright, so give me a second, just gonna take my notes, because I actually already took some notes first prior, just so I don't have to, look over things again. But I'm pretty sure I might find something new. I mean, I often overlook some things. So yeah, we'll be taking a look at some things that I notice, and the things that I don't. And maybe we can craft a good idea of how to play the class together. Alright, let's watch it.
Corsair moves like a crashing
So we're gonna watch it first, and then we're gonna make maybe a review like later on. Or maybe I'll just go along with it.
wave in combat, wielding her Serenaka, a sword that moves like a whip, and the Maraca, a treasure of the seas that contain the very power of the waves. Moving swiftly between her enemies, she uses quick, varied attacks to confound them. Corsair's free spirit attacks are very hard to predict as the waves themselves, and come crashing down on her opponents without a moment's notice. Comboing these skills with her robe also allows Corsair to rush around enemies in order to attack on all fronts, and even bombard them from the air. The pirate that has taken the world by storm. This is Black Desert Mobile's preview of our new class Corsair. With Ferocious Wave, Corsair wields the Serenaka to create a wave that attacks enemies from a distance. Ferocious Wave inflicts knockback on the first and last hit. The skill applies bleed for 3 seconds and decreases enemies' AP. It also grants Forward Guard while using this skill. Forward Guard can be changed to Super Armor if you have activated its skill enhancement. With Wave Slasher, Corsair wields the Serenaka to slash nearby enemies. It's very useful in PvE, as its wide-range attacking skill. Corsair's AP increases to 10 seconds and can inflict stun on successful hits. Judgment of the Sea allows Corsair to wield the Serenaka with great power, slashing and devastating the enemies with waves. It inflicts knockback on the first hit and decreases enemies' attack speed. This skill also increases DP and recovers HP per hit. With Whirling Waters, Corsair wields the Serenaka in a rotating motion to create a tide that attacks the enemy. It inflicts stun on hit and knockdown on the last hit. Critical hit rate and AP are increased for 10 seconds. Riding waves is a skill that allows Corsair to ride a wave to quickly approach and attack the enemy. It inflicts stun on hit and increases DP during its use. When you activate a skill enhancement for this skill, Corsair turns into a mermaid to travel longer distance. With Flying Wave, Corsair turns into a mermaid, swimming underwater to move to the enemy's location, then rises up instantly to attack. Corsair is invincible while using this skill, and can inflict bound on the enemy. In addition, the skill can decrease the enemy's DP and inflict bleed damage on the enemy. Tumultuous Wave allows Corsair to rotate quickly to approach and attack the enemy. It inflicts stun and hit, and increases Corsair's movement speed for 10 seconds. With Descending Tide, Corsair leaps in the air, slashes the enemy with the Serenaka. Grabbing is disabled while leaping, and the skill inflicts bound and hits. With skill enhancement, downward striking extra hits are available, and a whirlwind is created where Corsair strikes. Pirate Tricks is performed by maneuvering ropes to approach and attack the enemy. It inflicts stun on the first hit and daze on the last hit. The skill also decreases the enemy's movement speed and increases Corsair's movement speed. Soaring Wave creates a tidal wave that chases the enemy. The wave soars up and crashes down to inflict devastating damage on the enemy. This skill inflicts knock-up on hit and decreases enemy's movement speed. The Summoned Wave moves towards the enemy and swells up to inflict damage on the target and its surroundings. With Plunder, Corsair can steal the enemy's AP and DP on hit. The plundered enemy is unable to increase their AP/DP for 10 seconds, and their AP and DP buff decrease, while Corsair's AP and DP will increase for 10 seconds. This is applied separately from the AP and DP increase effects from skill enhancement. Plunder stats cannot be stacked consecutively on one target when Plunder has already been applied. Corsair's most prominent characteristic is her dynamite combos with ropes and waves. Corsair's rope action in particular is a unique feature, since the rope bounces sideways instead of the straight line. Corsair wields the Suranaka, a sort of a stretching and flexible blade, to inflict wide-range attacks. Making use of the power of waves, Corsair boosts expensive dynamite combat. That will be all for the new class preview for Corsair.
Damn, guys, that's why you guys shouldn't smoke, because smoking fucks you up. Alright, give me a second there. Okay, so we're actually gonna be I'm gonna tell you guys my thoughts about the class. I've taken some notes as well, just so we can have a very good understanding of what this class could be. So yeah, let's just put it up back, and I'm gonna turn on the music so you guys can hear me talk. Okay, blah 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 blah. Okay, blah blah blah. Whatever. Okay, skill. Alright, this first skill, Ferocious Wave, is like, I think it's more of a, it's like it acts quite similarly to some sort of opening skill, which is just used to, like, open up a skill. It did say that there's a saying, it did say that it has forward guard, and can be changed to super armor if you want to, but the problem is we don't know if this actually applies in the arena or not. If you're playing this on, like, for field and your CP is low, however, I still recommend you take the forward guard, because if your CP is low, your super armor is not really going to be of high value. Okay, let's just go back for a moment there. Okay. Ferocious Wave, short distance, has forward guard, and it deals a knockback. So I guess this is quite nice. Like, a skill with knockback is always nice. So I could say with Utter Certainty, this skill is very similar to the Kunoichi's Shadow Plume. Its act is it's a bit similar. It's a bit like, she don't really move, and it deals a knockback and has a forward guard. So we hope that this thing actually has 2 charges, and it applies on the super armor and the forward guard in the arenas, so we can use this to whale hunt, because this is actually the main reason why whether or not this class can be used to whale hunt or not. Because if this skill does not have forward guard in the arenas, this class will be nearly useless, and it's not going to be possible to whale hunt with this class at all. Alright, let's keep going. We don't really care about the bleed. Who cares? Okay. Next is Ferocious Wave. Right? No, that was still the first one. Wave Slasher. Okay, this is probably like a farming skill. I'm pretty sure it is probably a farming skill. Like, it does nothing. Like, it's just like that. But I do see the bluish aura when she was doing the slash, so I do think this is a super armor, but it might not apply in the arenas. So yeah, this one is next is a Judgment of the Sea. This thing has a hip, so it's quite nice. It deals a knockback as well. Whether or not it has some kind of super armor or not in the arenas, we don't know. But I think we can almost say that this skill is more like a damage filler. I think that this skill is a damage filler, hence why she used it twice there. And the cast time is pretty fast. I think it's a damage filler for sure. I think you're gonna use this when the enemy when the enemy's already knocked down. Next is Whirling Waters. This skill also looks like it has the bluish aura. So I do think that this is a super armor. Might be on field, might be on the arenas, we don't know. This skill, Whirling Waves, is short distance, and it deals knockback and then a knockdown. So it's not really that good, because unless you have some sort of daze to open up, I don't think that this skill, Whirling Waters, can actually be used, because you don't really want to knock people down like instantly. You kind of want to start with a daze or with a stun, and then you can probably use this skill later on. Okay, riding waves. This is probably a short distance dash type skill, much similar to the Primrose's Frigid Burst, or the what else, eh? I think the closest thing I can see is I think it's the dash type skill for the Hasashin. It's very similar, very similar. It's an opening skill. It kind of deals a what's it called again? It deals stun on hit. So it's probably gonna be an opening skill. We don't know if that will have super armor though. Next is this flying wave. It kind of turns into a fucking mermaid. Yep. As I thought to myself on the first video for the skill reaction, this thing will deal a bound or a knockdown or a knock up. I did say that, and yeah, it's true. This thing actually deals a bound on the enemy hit. Next is the tumultuous waves. This thing is probably a stun or something. I don't know. Okay, so this descending tide could be a super armor skill. She did mention that you cannot be grabbed while you're using when you're using this. I don't see any point in like saying this kind of thing if it's like for the arenas. I mean, if it's not for the arenas, because I mean, like who the fuck like uses this stealth skill if it's not used in arenas? So I think that this descending tide could be a super armor skill for the arenas. And yeah, it's very interesting. So we know now that she has a stealth. How many charges of it, we don't know, but yeah. The skill might be good. Could be good for setup and stuff. Next is the pirate tricks. This is probably one of her signature moves. She throws a rope and then she turns a different way. I'm pretty sure you can change the trajectory of where you actually want to like sort of like spin. So like she's gonna throw the rope and she's gonna go adjacent to that rope. So kind of like if like she goes like this, you will go here or here first. Like either one. You can go left or right before you actually go back. Kind of makes a triangle effect. So I think this is quite nice. I think it decreases movement speed as well. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be as worse as the Primrose, because the Primrose's slow is actually her signature ability. Next is what's next? Okay, still the same. Next is the Soaring Wave. Now this skill is kind of weird. It's like yeah. So she's basically throwing out some sort of like a field effect, but it takes time before it actually arrives. It shows me that this skill requires a setup in a way. I think that this skill is mainly used for one purpose, which is to bait enemy's super armor or an enemy's evasion, because the enemy can't really run away from it unless I'm pretty sure you can sort of like walk around it. I don't think it's just a good skill. But this can be used to bait out enemies' super armor, or enemies' forward guard, or enemies' invincible, or enemies' evasion, just because they don't want to get caught by that skill. Next is, I think that's all about it. Next is Plunder. This Plunder, I don't see a single kind of like skill that she kind of demonstrate. So I'm pretty sure this Plunder skill is a passive ability. This is a passive ability that basically steals an enemy's AP and DP. I don't see a lot of use in this in the like ranked arenas, because if you're trying Whale Hunt, what exactly is 100 AP? It's nothing. Like you're probably gonna be like under like 2,000 or 3,000 CP difference, which even 100 CP is not really gonna matter. And I don't even think that this is gonna be like 200 CP or something. It's probably gonna be like 20 or 30 or 40. Pretty sure. It's not going to be as much, I think. So I don't think this skill is that useful. But the good thing is, this skill can prove to be very deadly in field PvP. Because this thing steals AP and DP. It can be stacked, but not on the same target. So given that there's a lot of targets, you can steal a lot of DP from a lot of people. So you might, this skill might be really good for GVG and Node Wars and those kind of stuff. Bots will probably be the best. Okay, I think that is about it for this class. Unfortunately, she did not let us know which skill has super armor, which skill doesn't. She just expects us to find out later on. So it's quite hard for me to say what my thoughts are about this class. But after watching the skills from the demo, I do feel that this class could potentially be good. This is probably one of those classes that will turn immediately to shit in the arms of someone who don't understand the blade, but in the hands of someone who is really good in with the class and able to abuse her, like her advantages and her strengths. This class could be potentially broken, potentially, but I don't know because we haven't tried yet, and we don't know which skill has super armor, which skill doesn't. But what I can see is this class has a very good stall using the invincible wave thingy where she turns into a mermaid and dives underwater. She's invincible during that session, and I think that is similar to the Void Knight's Dark Mist or the Assassin's Breath of All. Now, this is quite funny because now if you think about it, this class is a lot like the Assassin, right? Like there's a lot of things that seems to be very similar. The waves kind of looks a lot like the assassin. The mobility skill is very much like the assassin, except she turns into like a mermaid and yeah, dives on the like scummy waters. Yeah. So yeah, that's about it for this class. I am very interested to find out if this skill actually, if the forward guard actually applies in the arena or not. I think regardless of what it may be, I will still CC to this class just because I need to fulfill my long time dream of becoming a real fish. So, without further ado, I'm probably gonna end this video very soon. I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I'm very stoked to hear about this class having a forward guard. Thank you so much to Marco Lee for letting me know, and yeah, make sure you guys. If you guys are gonna be waiting for my guide for this class, you might have to wait 2 weeks, I think, a week or 2 weeks, because I don't want to rush a guide. And you guys know me, I don't like to rush things. That is why it takes me a very long time before I actually upload a guide for a class, or a playstyle, or a combo, or a build, or something of the sort. I don't like to rush things, especially like when a class just came out and I would just upload like my own combo. Those kind of things are not reliable, and the reason why is because it takes time to actually find a good combo. You cannot make a good combo in just like a couple hours. It's not gonna work because there needs to be a lot of testing, a lot of stuff. Like when I'm making a guide, I would always use the same combo at least 100 matches, and I would see the win rate of how I fare. I know this might seem like unreliable and stuff, but I do expect around 95% win rate or better. Below 95% win rate, I probably would go back to skill crafting and changing a couple things just so I can make it better. Throughout that 100 matches, I will find out the errors of per combo, and I would like find out if there's something I can fix in this. And that is the reason why a lot of people like my combos, because my combos don't really is near flawless, and that is just not me being arrogant, but me being completely honest. Have you guys ever had problems using my combos? I don't think so. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and yeah, I am a toxic piece of shit. I don't care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys again very soon. Bye.